The mirror doesn't lie, and this morning it told you something you didn't want to hear. Puffy. Tired. Older than you actually feel. You've slept more, you've drunk more water, you've even tried those overpriced gel patches everyone swears by, and the bags are still there. Every single morning. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of what you've tried was never built to fix your actual problem. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which fight you're in and exactly how to win it. Because there isn't one kind of eye bag, there are two. And confusing them is the real reason people spend years and hundreds of dollars chasing a fix that was never meant for their face. The first kind is fluid. Temporary, frustrating, but genuinely fixable. Eat something salty and your body holds onto water. It pools in the softest tissue on your face, right under your eyes. Cry. And the same thing happens. The salt in your tears pulls water straight into that delicate skin. Allergies do it too. Histamine floods the area, blood vessels swell, and suddenly you're rubbing eyes that are red, itchy, and puffy all at once. Here's what actually helps. A cold compress. Not the cucumber, not any miracle ingredient, just cold. It constricts those blood vessels and shrinks the swelling down, whether it's an ice pack, a chilled spoon, or a bag of frozen peas. If allergies are behind it, an antihistamine drop calms the reaction at the source. Just know the trade-off. Oral antihistamines can dry your eyes out while they're fixing the swelling. That's the version you can actually beat. But here's where it gets complicated, because there's a second version and no product on the shelf was built for it. Underneath your eyelid, the thinnest skin on your entire body, sits a thin membrane called the orbital septum. Think of it as a retaining wall, holding a small cushion of fat exactly where it belongs. In your 20s, that wall is tight and strong. But your body loses 1 to 2% of its collagen and elastin every year past your late 20s. And sun exposure speeds that decline up dramatically. The wall weakens, the fat behind it pushes forward. And that's when you get bags that don't shrink with sleep, water, or anything else because they were never about fluid to begin with. Which raises the question everyone's afraid to ask. If it's fat, not fluid, why do eye creams still sell by the millions? Some of them genuinely tighten the skin enough to look smoother for a few hours. But here's what almost nobody tells you. Many of these products aren't regulated the way medications are, and the preservatives they rely on have been linked to damage in the meibomian glands, the tiny glands along your lash line that keep your eyes lubricated. Damage them repeatedly, and you can trade puffy eyes for something worse: chronic, evaporative dry eye disease. It's the same reason eye doctors warn against putting facial retinol anywhere near your eyelid, that skin simply can't tolerate what the rest of your face can. So what actually works once it's structural? Surgery, specifically a lower eyelid blepharoplasty. A surgeon makes a tiny incision inside your lower eyelid, removes or repositions the fat pushing forward. And because the cut is hidden inside the lid, there's no visible scar once it heals. It's not a decision to rush into, and it's not for everyone. But for true structural bags, it's the only treatment that fixes the cause instead of covering it up for a few hours. Before you decide which one you're dealing with, try this tomorrow morning. Press gently on the puffiness. If a cold compress or a full night's sleep visibly shrinks it, you're dealing with fluid and the fix is already in your kitchen. Less salt, allergy control, consistent cold therapy. But if it barely changes no matter what you do, that's your answer. It's structural, and it's time for a real conversation with an ophthalmologist, not another trip down the skincare aisle. And if you want to slow this down before it ever starts, there's one habit that actually moves the needle: daily sun protection. Since collagen breakdown is what weakens that retaining wall in the first place, consistent sunscreen, sunglasses, and a wide-brimmed hat aren't just protecting your skin from cancer, they're buying you years before that wall ever gives way. So look in the mirror tomorrow morning and actually press "Watch what happens." Because now you're not guessing anymore. You know exactly which fight you're in and exactly what to do about it. That's the difference between chasing a myth for years and finally understanding your own face.